Okay, the title of chapter 11 is Voltages and Free Energy. Okay, so this was a table at the end of chapter 9, okay, where we were talking about different types of work. Okay, so we had looked in chapter 6, of course, and we started with just a generic definition of force times distance for our work, and then we spent most of chapter 6 looking at pressure volume work of ideal gases, right? Work was equal to the integral of P dV. But there were some other types. Okay, we're not going to talk about surface tension or stretching. And then in chapter 10, we talked about the chemical potential difference. Okay, so this was a change in number of moles or number of molecules. Go back and forth between those two. And the difference in chemical potential between two sides of something, say in and out of a cell. You could get the work done moving molecules across that difference. Okay, so what we're going to talk about in chapter 11 is moving a charged particle, some point charge or charged particle or molecule, across the voltage difference. Okay? What is the definition of voltage? Yeah, it's
electric field.
What did you say?
Difference in electric field.
A difference in electric field we have? I mean, it's... Here's what I have. This is from both the book and possibly Wikipedia. And we have a better slide that conveys this. It shows a particle in a field, and it'll make more sense for us in a couple of slides from now. But just to kind of get everybody oriented to what we're looking at, we're going to put a couple definitions to this. So we could have an electrical potential difference defined as delta capital E here, or an electromotive force, okay, expressed in volts. 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per coulomb. Coulomb was the unit of what? Charge. Joule is a unit of energy. Is joule a unit of work? Yeah. Great. So another way kind of think about this is the work needed to move a charge between 2 points across that potential difference. Okay, this is like physical displacement of this charge in the electric field. If a charge of 1 coulomb was moved across a potential difference of 1 volt, the work that would get done is 1 joule. This is maybe another way to just state that. Okay. And then what was the relationship in that back of chapter 9, when we looked at this table, what was the relationship between this work done and free energy? It had absolute value bars around it. The change in free energy represented the maximum work that was possible, right? So we could relate moving a charge in a field and getting some work out, some joules out. We could think about change in free energy from that, okay? So that's just sort of a setup. We've already defined free energy pretty well. Sort of an intro to the voltage piece. Now we're gonna take a step back. We'll have another slide with these units. You'll see this again if you didn't get to write it down.